the language barrier cuts your wings? What if I tell you that this barrier is not real? What if I tell you that it's an illusion resulting to lack of low esteem or lack of awareness or just fear? In this video I will use an example of English language because this is not my mother tongue, so for me this is foreign language, and for you foreign language can be Spanish, French, Polish, English, so on. And this is just example of English barrier because I had this barrier in the past. And for you this can be another language, so it's not have to be English. Okay, let's go. So let's talk about language barrier. Let's say that you know English so you are able to ask someone where are you from, what is your age, what do you like to eat, and so on. And you can also answer for those kind of questions. If you are able to do that, I would say that in 80% language barrier what you have is an illusion. It's not real. Now I will tell you few stories and maybe you will change your mind about your language barrier. First example about working abroad. One time I was in foreign country and I worked there. And actually this work required to have communicative English. But do you really think that all people there were able to speak in English communicatively? No, of course not. Some of them didn't speak anything in English. And do you think that someone kicked them out from the job? Of course not. They stayed for whole project. And if a boss said to them something in English, they didn't understand, so they asked someone who understands English. And this wasn't a problem actually for the boss because they did their job. So if you are able to say something in English and you are a kind person, because it's very important, you don't have to be worried about going abroad and doing like decent job. It's okay, it's really okay if you know how to say thank you, where are you from, and things like that. And if you maybe know a little more, you will not have any problem about going abroad and work there. Second example is about study abroad. I was in Portugal one time for one semester. We had like international meeting for all people which came from another countries, and I seen one girl there and I meet her after 2 days. So I just tried to talk with her and I said, I remember you from the international meeting, where are you from? And she was like, no. And I said, but where are you from? You know, Turkey, maybe Spain? And she said, Turkey. Let's imagine, I said, what's your name? And she said, name? She wasn't able to speak in English. So I said to her, okay, so I'm going, bye-bye. I didn't want to interrupt her and stress her, but I had many friends from Turkey in Portugal, so I asked them about her. And I asked, maybe this girl speak Portuguese because we are studying in Portuguese and she doesn't know English, so probably she knows Portuguese, right? Because she has to study in English or Portuguese. There is not another choice. And they said, no, she doesn't know Portuguese. And no, she doesn't know English. For real, she doesn't know Portuguese, she doesn't know English, she just knows Turkish. And I think that she passed all the subjects just somehow. it's really important to be creative, you know, to be smart. Even if you don't know the language, if you have many friends and you are not scared to write something to every teacher, just translate by Google Translator or something like that, and just write to them and ask if you can maybe write essay or do another like project. And this is very easy to do because you can do this in your language and then translate it and things like that. Or even you can have a friend from your country, so from Turkey, which know Portuguese or English, and she or he can just help you with everything to pass the subjects. It's always about being creative. So she didn't understand when I said, "What's your name? Where are you from?" She didn't understand that, and she studied abroad. Can you believe that? And probably she passed all of her subjects. Everything is possible. And of course, during this period, she learned a lot English because she had to. Third example is actually anti-example because it's about one girl from the Poland which said to me one time, it would be nice to go abroad and study there because maybe I can go to Spain and there is really hot, very warm, very nice. It's different than in Poland, but I'm so scared. I will not do it because I'm not so confident in English. Like, I didn't speak in English in my city, so I don't know how to use it. Maybe I know something, but no, study abroad, it is too much for me. And what do you think? Her language barrier is real or is just an illusion? Just bet. Okay, I'm very curious what did you bet, but let me introduce her a little bit. So she was a girl which attended to additional classes in English, so she knew English better than average person in Poland, but it's nothing. Listen closely. In high school, she had English test in advanced level. Believe me, this test is very hard in advanced level. And just bet what result she had. Of course, only 100%, without any mistake. Just 100%. She didn't know English well, of course not. But it's still nothing. Let's listen that. One time I just went to the bus station and I waited. Okay, my bus came and what did I see? I seen her face on the bus. Because there was like advertisement on the bus and there was her face on this advertisement, and I said to myself, what is going on? I know her. She just became an icon of her English school because she had the best result from everyone. So her face was on the buses. Do you remember what I said about her? She said that her English is not enough to study abroad. No, it's not enough. 100% from advanced English test, she became icon of her English school. In our city we had buses with her face on it, and she said that her English is not enough to study abroad. Do you believe that? Do you think that her language barrier was real? So, quick summary. I gave you a few examples about language barrier, and in first example, this was about the working abroad. And you see, people don't know English and they work abroad without any problem. You don't have to be scared of that. Second example, study abroad. This girl from this example didn't know English at all, and she was okay with that. She went to another country and probably she passed all the subjects. So if you know something, just something in English, it's really enough. First example, anti-example. Many people are very good prepared in different language, but they just think that they are not, that they don't speak this language because they didn't practice, but they understand everything. Of course, not always they understand everything, but at least if you know, can't you introduce yourself or ask someone about help, about which way should I go to just reach, I don't know, to the beach or something. Probably, if you know how to do that, in 80% your language barrier is just in your imagination. It's not real, it's an illusion. Okay, and this is all about language barrier in this video. I hope that I switched something in your brain and you will think a little bit differently now about that. So be brave, believe in yourself and subscribe to this channel for more. And see you next time.